Mayor Memphis, I'd like to call this meeting to order with pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Roll call, please.
Davis. Messian.
Here.
Schneider.
Here.
Weaver. Wilson. Superstar.
Here.
Lucas W.
Here. Non-agenda items from sidelines, there were none. Comments from city administration. Donna, what do you got?
July 1st, taxes and water bills go out.
Fantastic, that's my favorite time of year. Anything else?
Yeah, I have 3 items here. Over on Church Street, I had to have a camera come in, so that turned into something a little much larger. And for the camera, it came to $655.
Who was that with?
That was with Michigan Pipe Inspection. And once they saw what they were dealing with, then Tri-County back came in with the cutters, was able to remove and restore the existing main.
And how much was
And that
that?
was $800.
Where was that at?
Between, actually, I don't have the address, I'm gonna say it, right near, no, right behind the bus, where the buses park.
Okay.
There's 2.
Bus garage?
Yeah, well, the bus, where they're parked, there's 2 trees, and then there's a house on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
And those 2 trees, the roots had come in and
We're
penetrated,
feeding them
and they
up.
weren't sure if we were going to have to dig them up or replace the main, or if they were able, the cameras had determined they come in and they were able to cut the full radius of that out, and then I am also supplied with a video. of the
When did you do
camera,
that?
Before and after. That was on the 10th, I'm thinking.
Well, can I get a motion to pay Michigan's pipe inspection the $655 for the camera truck?
I'll make that motion.
Support. Second, I'll get a second on that.
I
Messian.
don't know if I said it.
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Weaver.
That was for- yeah,
Camera truck. Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Superstar.
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes. Now can I get a motion for Tri-County vac for the $800 for the vac truck?
So moved.
For.
Schneider.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Superstar.
Yes.
Lucas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Messian.
Yes.
And that's that's the supply line or the sewer? It's
The sewer main.
Sewer main, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank
They
you
went
for,
from
thank you
Maple
for
to-
making the whole town sewer not back up.
Well,
Care of that
I got
problem.
another issue last Friday and something, but
All right.
I'll trust that at the next meeting.
Okay, what else?
Then I do have a firm figure for that, well number 2. I first reported to council that was probably going to be in the neighborhood of 14,000, I believe is what I said. It's going to cost $10,391.23.
Bargain.
Can I get a who's with that with?
Who's that?
That's Northern Pump and Well,
Northern Pump?
yes.
Okay.
So we fixed it and we did the maintenance on the
The well is not up and running yet, they're coming out Monday.
But I mean this price.
At this price, this is what,
Wow,
when
that's
they're all
fantastic.
done, is what it'll cost.
Well, can I get a motion to approve the well maintenance and repair?
Well,
Yeah.
where's this money coming from, Mark?
This would come out of our.
Water and sewer.
Water and sewer,
So it's in the budget
yes, well, yes.
somewhere.
How
It
much
was,
is
it
that
was a
again?
surprise.
10,000?
$10,391.23. In the beginning,
Northern
I
Pump
just
and
wanted, to mention that it wasn't budgeted, but it appears that I won't have to dip into any banks to
And
cover
this is, I think, well, I was on the council for 6 years and 4th year now as mayor, and it's happened twice, 3 times over that time that you've had to either do maintenance on a well.
I used
or-
to,
You used to do it every couple of years.
this well wasn't, last time I was pulled in the year 2000.
Okay,
And normally you would pull for just routine maintenance every 5
10
years.
grand just
Okay.
for water and
Yeah.
sewer.
But this one was,
There's like $500,000 in there.
So it's just coming out of the excess one.
Yeah, the what, the.
well, it's actually coming out what I budgeted. There was a
Yeah,
certain
what-
line item that I was able
to adjust.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's enough left in the current budget to handle it, guys.
This year's budget.
In the current budget,
this
even
current
though it
budget.
wasn't, because it's a.
It wasn't
it's a-
line item
It's
down.
emergency, but it will be covered.
Yeah.
We don't have to go back into the water and sewer fund, which we have money there, but.
Yeah, we would do an amendment or
Yeah,
such
but
as
we
that.
don't have to do
but
that,
It
'cause the
appears I'm
budget-
gonna have enough money to cover it.
Yeah.
So you're taking some from repair and maintenance and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, I have like an engineering cost in there that I was right, I can procrastinate on that to the next fiscal year.
So we're okay.
All right, that's what I wanted to understand. Okay, thanks.
Is there a motion yet, or?
No.
I'll make a motion that we pay Northern Pump in the amount of $10,391.23 and well number 2 for repair and et cetera.
Support that.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar,
Yes.
LukasW.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Hassan,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Okay, so now I should thank you for keeping our drinking water running.
I just want to touch on something that occurred. I had like 3 occurrences on my vacation back over Memorial Day, or whenever it took. But we did have a power outage, which wasn't a big deal. But then the other one was just well failure. Then we had a lift station that went down, but was able to get that up and running. But I do have a little bit of work I want to do, which I think some of the material is on the agenda. I need to approve. Okay?
All right,
All right.
Chief?
Yes, just a couple of things. I don't have a bill for this yet because it hasn't been provided to me by the service provider. But I just wanted to make you guys aware we did have a failure of a valve on our engine 1. It's not internal to the truck, external. It's the main water supply valve. We did get a remanufacturer. They were able to save some of the brass of the actual piece and rebuild it. It looks like about $900 instead of about $2,100 for a brand new one out of catalog. So I don't have the bill because they haven't sent it to us yet. It is back in service on the truck. Just wanted to make you aware as soon as we have the bill, bring it before you. The other thing, and I will leave this copy for you tonight, it's an update on the fireworks law, something I'm quite familiar with, and enrolled House Bill number 4743. That is the revised fireworks law about consumer fireworks. So everything I'm going to talk about, this is about consumer fireworks, those that any adult can purchase legally in the state of Michigan. It has nothing to do with commercial fireworks or fireworks companies, like the ones that might set off fireworks at the Lions Field for Memphis days. This is only about consumer fireworks. So after this bill, I should mention, is not law yet. It hit the governor's desk about 1:45 yesterday. I don't know that it's been signed yet, but it had bipartisan support. I would imagine it will be signed. If not already signed, will be signed very shortly. I'll leave this copy with you. In section 7, subsections 1, 2, and 3 are the changes you'll want to, and I've highlighted them in this copy. A local unit of government with a population of less than 50,000 people, which would be us, in a county with a population of less than 750,000, which would also be us, although
Macomb spot.
the Macomb, well, you guys are going to have to decide what you do with that, because you've got Macomb and St. Clair. Subsection A would apply probably to the Macomb County side, and B to the St. Clair County side. The difference is, in an area with a population, or a county with a population of more than 750,000 people, you can now pass an ordinance to regulate the usage or the firing off of consumer fireworks between the hours of 12 midnight and 8 a.m.
Population of Macomb's 842,000.
All right. So if you wanted to, you could, in the Macomb County side of Memphis, make it from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. It would be against your ordinance to set off fireworks. The only caveat to that is on New Year's Day, you got to give an extra hour to 1 a.m. For the St. Clair County side of Memphis, you would be limited to or you would be able to limit the use of fireworks from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. So.
Now, how would they handle that here in Memphis? Would they really make us make different laws for each side based upon the county, or because we're a city that does fall within a county that has over, I mean, we do, just because both
Yeah.
sides aren't in it, our law applies to both sides, one way or the other. I think we would be able to.
Yeah, I would seek a lawyer's opinion on that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, could you just write us up a small legal brief on that?
Yeah, I'm not an attorney, but you would have to, you'd have to seek.
Well, the good news is it sounds like we're gonna be able to do something, at
And I
least
think
yes.
we need to regulate
limit,
something.
at least
And
to
I
limit
think
the
it
time.
should be, if at all possible, 12, not
Yes.
1 o'clock.
I prefer 12 as well.
And matter of fact, at my age, I prefer 11. But
The legislators didn't agree with you.
Or at 5:30, just after dinner.
So,
definitely, I would, at 12.
Yeah.
Most people are in bed by 12 o'clock. I'm in bed much before that.
Yeah, so this hopefully will alleviate some of the 2 and 3 a.m. calls the police have probably gotten.
Yeah.
Last year they were powerless. A couple more quick things. You could, in such an ordinance, impose a civil fine of not more than $500 for each violation, but no other fine or sanction.
That would fall under our civil infractions.
Sure would. That would be for each occurrence, right?
That is correct, for each violation of the ordinance.
You know, Richmond is already working on it, or may already have passed, but in preference, and, because they knew this was coming out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be a good, it might be a good idea to get a copy of what they're going, so we wouldn't have to rewrite the wheel, or
Reinvent the wheel.
you know,
And
so
they're in the Macomb County side, which would fit in.
would fit in with 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
so I think that's where.
The
we
only
should go.
issue I would, and actually, Richmond's also in both counties.
Not the city.
Yeah, the city of Richmond's in St. Clair County now, they annexed down into
Oh,
St.
yeah,
Clair
oh,
County.
did they?
So they might be able to also help us with the,
Yeah, okay.
the dual county.
Okay.
Another thing to point out, and then I'll hand this to you, is subsection 2 does allow you to also include in that ordinance prohibition of discharge of fireworks outside of days preceding, the day of, or the day after a national holiday. If you wanted to
Not
limit,
shooting them off at all?
that is
those days?
correct.
Wow.
The day before.
Other
That's
than
kinda-
those days.
that's what
Other
they-
than those days.
That's what they tied our hands on with the past law. So the state's, I think, going in and correcting what they had realized was a mistake.
Yep, so I'll leave this for you to read and figure out what you want to do, but I would imagine this is close to being signed by the governor, so.
Perhaps we should have one of our committees work, or somebody start working on an ordinance. What do you think? We might as well start getting Richmond's and have them working
Right,
on
I
getting
think
stuff.
so, yeah, so.
So which committee do we think we should
Well,
go to?
probably advisory, yeah.
Nuisance? Nuisance?
Well,
Either one, just
Either
give me a
one, I
motion
don't
if you
care.
want it to go to a committee and get some support, and we'll vote on it. Any motions?
let me look here.
Our chief of the fire department knows a lot about it. If you want to send it, go ahead and send it to the fire committee.
I guess the approach should go to advisory.
I think it should go to advisory.
I'll make a motion to
And
send
I'll
this to
support it.
advisory.
I'll give that to
Send it.
advisory,
Yeah.
Wilson,
or actually,
Yes.
give it to her, let her make copies.
Oh, okay, all right.
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes. Anything else?
This means I'm gonna get rid of my firecrackers.
That's what I was gonna say. You're the one blowing them off at 2 in the morning. That's it.
That's it? All right, moving on, adoption or amendment of the agenda.
We'll change and make motion about the agendas presented.
Support.
Lukasar,
Yes.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Hopefully you've all had a chance to go over the regular meeting minutes of June 4th. If there's not any changes, I'd recommend or entertain a motion to accept those.
So moved.
Four.
Lucas W,
Yes.
Davis,
Yeah.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar.
Yes.
All right. Can I get a motion to accept communication?
I'll make that motion.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsanne,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
First communication is resignation of Parks and Rec Director Catherine Merrick.
Is it merit or merit?
Merit.
Merritt.
Oh, it says Merrick on here. Okay.
That's another-
Merrick. It's pretty long. Did I need to read it? You all had a chance to read it?
Yeah, right, so nice note.
I'd like to thank her for the job she did over the last year.
Does she have to resign, or is
I
she
think
wanting
we
to?
have somebody else.
We have somebody else we're giving a chance to.
That's taken over.
Yeah,
okay.
she'll be here next week.
Before we vote here, I would like to ask the mayor or the office to send her a thank you letter. So she can include it in her, whatever she has going on.
Okay,
That,
no problem.
you know, it was great of her to step up when we needed somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, can I get a motion to accept her resignation?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Mulsanne,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Next is from the Memphis Lion Club. They're requesting the council's approval for sale of mints on Boardman Road and M19 on Thursday, August 1st and Friday, August 2nd from 8 to 4 each day. That's during Memphis Day.
I'll make a motion we allow the Lions Club to sell mints on August 1st and 2nd from 8 to 4.
I'll support it.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsanne.
Yeah.
All right. Next is unfinished business. At the last meeting, we approved the St. Clair Parks and Rec millage in the amount of $1,563.55. Actually, that was a typo from the 2012-2013, and it's not the same this year. It's $1,514.05. So we need a motion to approve the millage in the amount of $1,514.05.
I'll make a motion to accept the amount of $1,514.05 from St. Clair County Parks and Rec millage.
Support.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsanne,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes.
Also unfinished business, assessing department, the assessment roll, the bill from the Department of Treasury for $3,019.01. I called and talked to Kelly Sobel's office on this. She had said that they did not charge us any fines, but the governor had made it requirement to recover costs, and she wasn't allowed in her capacity to waive those costs that they were associated, that they incurred. So this is basically the bill for the state supervision and taking over of our tax rolls, and I mean, there's really not an option, we just have to pay it.
Or what?
I don't know, I guess they grab it next year, they just take it directly from us, you know, from our shared revenue. That's what they usually do if you try to defy them. They'll get their money, so we might as well pay them instead of forcing them to take it from us.
And where does this come from? When we have this somewhere?
And this is a one-time fee.
It's a one-time fee for the 2011 taxes, and
And repeat
where
every
would
year.
it come from?
It's gonna come out of assessing, but we have to amend it.
Yeah, there has to be an amendment made. Okay. So it'll have to come out of the assessing department.
Oh, so that's what this other memo is here?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on there already.
The 30/20?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have much choice in this world.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the payment of $3,019.01.
Support.
Department Treasurer.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mulsanne,
Yes.
Schneider,
No.
Weaver.
Yes.
I got Wilson, Lucas R, Lucas W, Davis, Messiah, and Weaver, yes. Schneider, no, so motion carried.
All right, next unfinished business is the salt bin. We're down to, we really have to make a decision on this. I did get an additional quote on a split for that lot from May and Associates. Now, you had put that both would require splitting, but he said that boundary survey in accordance with the Division Act is what he's quoting us on. So he would do it in accordance with whatever the Property Division Act requires.
Well, okay then, I question then, normally when you do a lot split, you have both properties, but however, is Grace Engineering okay with that? Because I think it will change their property lines as well.
Oh, they
And then
have-
doesn't
they know
have to
that.
be recorded with a deed
Well,
and so on?
What, yeah, he'll come up with a new legal for each lot.
He will?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be acceptable then?
Yes, it would. And say a fixed price should compete survey with project scope. It says that he'll have, or he told me he'd have new legals for each lot in the split.
Okay, and then
So-
that could be recorded and whatever.
Right, and the new quote for that is $1,475, should we decide to put it over at Grace Engineering. Also, on the proposal paperwork that I have, it shows a measurement that it is 200 feet away from the existing well house on page 2 of that. You can see from the aerial and the measurement that you can do online that it's over 200 feet away from the first well house.
Larry,
The building would probably still be the same though, so it will be an additional cost, I'm sure. But wouldn't you think, Bart?
What's that?
If we put it over at Grace Engineering, there would be an additional cost above and beyond the $18,000.
Oh.
There definitely would, and, because we don't have firm quotes really, so it's just a guess. But, matter of fact, if there's no building there, it'd be better, no
Yeah.
buildings. But the first
Yeah.
building has to be completely torn down. The second building that you would be trying to use, the roof has to be taken off. And then you build the roof up, but you also
So we
build
can't use that existing
Well,
building.
no, actually, you're going to be building
a building.
a building
within
within a
building.
building.
Yeah, I've met out there with 3 people now,
yeah.
and they've all said the same thing. I mean, it would be nice to be able to salvage that building, but there's no way to do it. We would have to tear it down and build another one in its spot. Yes.
And that's a joke, but that's what we do not know what would it cost to do.
And I don't know what it would cost, you could throw out a figure of $2,000 or $3,000, but I don't even know if that would cover it. I have no idea, really, yeah. Yeah, so,
And actually, have a professional come in and they demo it, let's haul all that debris, so we don't have to get stuck with that debris in any
Yeah.
Well, you can
locations.
use the concrete block for fill. We could actually put it down at our concrete dump if we're going to level that area out.
Well, that's another concern I have, because I do have a sewer main and we're looking 50 years old. And
Yeah,
it's
I
just
know.
It's
corrugated
right there
metal
where you
pipe.
showed me they were.
I've outlined that.
Yeah, but
and-
anymore, if you push that anymore, if it isn't already underneath that pile, it guaranteed will be
There-
under. it pulled.
I think that was all.
I like that, I like that
outlined
crushing
in the
idea you had
to-
though.
to council.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there are companies that would come on site and actually crush the concrete and sell it. There's a company out of Romeo that I talked to that said they come on site with a crusher, they crush the concrete on site, they sell it for road companies to use as.
Right from the site, right?
Right from the site, yeah.
But the bulldozer, like we originally, I think we're looking for problems
I think,
down the
no,
road.
I don't think any bulldozer can go in there until we know where those lines are,
Well-
because they're force mains,
Yeah,
right? And they're made out of corrugated, I understand.
corrugated metal pipe,
With a
with
coating on the
another more than
inside.
coating on the inside. And
Yeah, and,
Well,
I've
yeah,
replaced
but-
over 300 feet of it.
how long would it take them to crush all that cement down?
probably.
I don't think not very long, really,
Yeah, I don't know.
with their equipment that
You
they
ever,
got.
you ever seen one of those things work?
Yeah, I watched them
You
before.
ever hear them?
Yeah,
Probably make a lot of noise.
yeah.
I have a question about the $18,000 for the building.
Yes,
So does that include the tongue and groove wood on the inside and all that stuff? That's all
Tongue and
included?
groove, that's a
Yeah.
6x6, vertical poles it would need, and then metal from that 6 foot point up with a metal sloping roof, just to one direction.
yeah. Now, it doesn't include a door or a fence.
Right.
If this went up here on Grace Engineering property, it would have to have one or the other. Down there, I don't think it would need that. We don't
Here's-
know,
here's-
but we have a canvas on the front of
Yeah,
it too.
and if that doesn't, again, if they're not happy with just the canvas, then we'll have to put a door on.
Yeah.
But it was priced without an overhead door, so.
Well, in the, you all have also a letter from Macomb County Planning and Economic Development. They say that a large portion of the property and current location of salt storage facility fall within the Michigan Department of Natural Resources classified potential wetlands area. They're identified primarily by hydric soils that are key groundwater recharge areas. That increases the potential for contamination via salinization of the water bodies. On top of that, the entire property is within the Michigan Natural Features Inventory as an environmentally significant site identified by the Michigan Department of Natural Resources as places of significant flora, fauna, riparian, or endangered species habitats. As well as it is in an area in our master plan that we called for future use of public access, not private city use. I'm against putting it back where we have it.
This is,
I'd like to make a comment
this is
on
from
this
Macomb
there.
County?
From the
We go by the state of
DEQ,
Macomb
the
County.
DEQ said that is fine where it's at, and even reading in this latest one that
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about, it doesn't say it's,
They said they can't pick one site over the other, is what they said.
so,
It comes down, that salt bin's been there, how long, 50 years?
I'm 60 years old, and I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there
And
probably
so
before I was born, I don't
yeah.
know, I guess
So,
that's where.
And I know the master plan calls for some development down in there, though it hasn't been zoned there. However, when that was master plan was voted on, the salt bin was still there. So it comes down to dollars as far as I'm concerned. If we put it down there, we're gonna spend taxpayers' dollars in the amount of approximately $18,000. We'll know when you actually get firm quotes. If we put it up where Grace Engineering, I think you're gonna spend, I'm only guessing, I would say you'd spend another $6,000 or $7,000. Maybe not, but I think you're gonna spend more money. I think we're all responsible for how we spend the taxpayers' money. Frankly, I feel that we just should leave it where it is, but everybody should vote their conscience. I'm only one individual, and I'm not gonna force my opinion on others. I'm just expressing my personal opinion, and I think that we, as being responsible, council members, we should watch how we spend their money. So, that's my opinion.
So Larry, you're in charge of the Public Works Department, and Bart, of course, we respect his opinion. From what I'm reading, you guys say leave it where it's at.
Well-
It's cheaper, and leave it where it's at. You say we have 18,000 that we've budgeted, but it's actually coming out of our
Rainy day fund.
rainy day fund, so.
Yes, because we didn't, as you
Right.
know, we haven't balanced the budget for 4 years. I
Right.
thought this year we would, but we haven't. And primarily because property taxes and revenue sharing, property taxes since 2009 went down about $86,000. In 2009, in other words, we collected I think it was about $86,000 more. And of course, revenue sharing also get cut, but revenue sharing is starting to come back up almost to where it was. So I think we've done an admirable job over the years of watching how the money's being spent. So anyway, that's just my opinion.
Well,
Council as a whole, they gotta vote their own conscience, and I don't wanna force my opinion anywhere else, but that's my opinion.
well, in this DEQ letter, it does say it's worth noting that the current facility, the Water Resources Division staff observed a trail of salt leading downslope from the salt storage pile in the direction of nearby stream. Conveyance, storm sewers, ditches, drains, in previous case overland flow to waters to the state must be taken into account when storing polluted materials such as salt and planning for pollution prevention.
But that was why we needed
That-
a covered salt
Yeah.
bed, so
I
that
think,
wouldn't be
I think
leaching
what-
out of it.
Right, I
That
think
was only
the,
doing that because it was
Yeah.
not really a suitable storage area.
I think
As
what
far
we're
as the building
doing,
wise.
and we've known that this has been a problem for years, but I think now what we're doing is we're enclosing it, and we will eliminate any of that happening in the future. And in 2004, as you well know, we did have significant water, and I certainly did on my property, but that didn't flood there.
And the DPW was
Yeah,
underwater.
Right, and that didn't flood there, and if it didn't flood in 2004, I don't believe that, well, you shouldn't say never, but it probably wouldn't.
There's also,
It's a shame that this became an issue this year. We didn't take care of it in the past, but
which we should have.
we should have.
Which we should have, yes.
And right now is probably the worst time that this was tossed into our
Well,
laps like this.
I'm
I
also making a
really,
motion that we.
it'd been nice if we waited a few years because the revenue sharing and such is going up, but we're cornered and we have to do something. And I wish that would have happened.
I think the bird pile is gonna be next according to this letter. They'll be on us next.
Well,
with
I
the-
said reading burn piles
Did
on
you read
that,
that?
but quite frankly, back in the 90s, we were exempt from any of the rules on burning due to our population. If my memory serves me right.
Yeah, well, we got a special exception from the
Right.
county.
Yeah, because we were talking about composting, we didn't know what we were gonna do, and next thing we know, oh, we were exempt from it.
And-
So as far as I know, that didn't change, that we
No.
never received any correspondence on it.
The other issue, Mark, maybe we should take care of this one first, but, oh, I started to talk, so this
Go ahead.
as well. That is on the pollution. Now, we've been discussing that as well, and what we have to meet, and what the heck is that name of that?
PIPD plan?
Pollution Incident
Incident.
Prevention Plan.
Yeah, we
Now,
have to get that put
Right,
together.
and then we tossed that around, but I think you came up with maybe it could be a little cheaper, or what?
I've got two directions to go right now.
Okay.
Either through, Michigan Rural Water could assist me with it, but I would prefer to go to somebody who does that for a living.
Mhm.
And they gave me a name of a gentleman that used to work for Michigan Rural Water that does excellent work that is very relatively cheap. I just gotta talk to him. The other avenue to go is we could join SEMCOG,
Yeah, it's expensive, very expensive.
737.
Well,
Plus, you have to a
SEMCOG,
council member going to their, I think, 4 meetings a year or 3 meetings a year.
And they're not
That's not
held.
gonna happen.
And they're not held close by.
Yeah, well,
None of them.
we're
So-
working on that, and I think we have,
So I'm leaning towards the Michigan Rural Water direction.
we have 180 days, I guess, to do
Yeah.
that. So that's about, what,
And-
end of November?
And all the information that they need, I have, but it's in different documents and being not familiar with this program and Daniel supplied me with like a Green City, I think it was, but they have a stormwater merged in with it.
Yeah, we don't need a stormwater.
So
The storm-
to put this together, I definitely need assistance to
Well,
do
you
it right.
need some, you're gonna need some professional help.
Yeah.
That's-
And,
Yeah, to make
but
sure.
I need to talk, his name is Roy Schramming with Michigan Rural Water. They've assisted us in sludge studies and.
You know, actually
and,
though, let me talk to, city planning in Richmond. They might be able to help us.
Yeah, I just need some help formatting.
Because they've got a
I'm pretty sure I got all the
full-time
information that
Yeah.
they need, it's just
In
between
Richmond.
my,
I've talked to them on some other things, helping
they're more than willing to help us.
Yeah, they're willing,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, the one thing I talked to them, they don't have anything. And as you well know, I'm a mechanical inspector, I've been going around that for some time, and I talked to Melody, and we're almost at the point, I think we're just gonna stop dropping, but that's another subject.
So what are we doing, guys?
Well, I.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I guess we're gonna make a motion here and vote. I'd just like to say my piece. Obviously, we have to do something with the salt bin, with the salt storage, with the salt pile, whatever you wanna call it. We have to put it somewhere. So we have two choices. We can either put it where it is, which is in the back of our park, or we can move it somewhere else off-site where it would be closer to the DPW and further away from the river. So you only have, once this is, wherever this is put, this is where it's gonna be. There's not gonna be any moving it in the future. So if you're planning on doing something with the park, you're gonna have to include the salt storage building in the park. And that's all I have to say.
Except for,
Not to mention the coal patch pile that was also setting.
The thing is, he had mentioned before, security of that, I mean, we're not putting it here in town, because he doesn't want just people walking
Right.
around in it. So we'll have to forego expanding the park in the way that we wanted to, because of the fact that we have to keep public access limited in that area that we put.
I think.
Well, last time I checked, there wasn't anything limiting public access down there.
But there's a sign right there. that
There's a
says-
sign just saying it.
Yeah, right.
To
I-
really enforce it is to
I
close
think
that gate.
I think the
And
park.
then they're at my house in the evening hours wanting to get in to dump their.
Yeah, I've been there. I've actually been there knocking on your door asking
Yeah.
why the gate was closed.
I
And
think-
you know, we need to buy, well, never mind, I'll get to that another day.
Okay.
Let's get Woodward.
I think the
Yeah.
park.
Well, I'd like to make a motion, we've been kicking it around. I would like to make a motion to leave the salt bin where it's at. Period.
Has the committee changed their
The committee.
recommendations?
No,
No.
that's our recommendation.
No, we had 2 meetings on it already.
Voted the same way in both meetings.
Well, I'll support it.
Sukasar,
Yes.
SukasW,
Yes?
Davis,
Yes?
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
No.
Weaver,
No.
Wilson.
Yes.
Okay, that's Sukasar, SukasW, Davis, Mosayan, and Wilson, yes. Schneider and Weaver, no. So motion carried.
I'd like to make another motion, if you don't mind. Bart, you all, I don't know if you have to put it up in competitive bid, you already got 4 or 5 or 6.
I got
or
companies to,
Yeah, but I'd like to make a motion then that we get competitive bids as soon as possible
yeah.
and bring back the
And it
council.
will be apples for apples, but yeah, they don't want.
Okay, the bids will be based on your recommendations, I take it.
Okay, yep.
And we're not gonna advertise that we budgeted 18,000, right?
No,
Well, it's been on TV
unfortunately, it's
enough,
kind of it's known, but no, we definitely, we won't be advertising anyway, because he's got enough. He can probably get 5 or 6 bids just without,
It's not always bad anyways, even if somebody does know that, they know what somebody told us it was gonna cost, so they're gonna bid cheaper.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what we need.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm hoping for.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, I'd like a support on that if I could.
I'll support it.
SukasW,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes?
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar.
Yes.
And I'd like to just make one more comment if I could. I think that the development or our plans for the park are good, and I mean for a park down there. I don't think this will curtail that 100%. I think that could be worked around, so. But I think anything down there should have DPW superintendent's approval and council approval before anything's done.
All right, moving on to new business.
You know, one other thing, so are we gonna do something with the road then?
Pardon?
Are we gonna do something with the road down there? 'Cause I know we've had to pull salt trucks out of the mire before down there, right?
Oh, there's been times, depending on, they show up there after a heavy snow.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a tire spin one time, oh yeah, I've had to jerk them. It's been, only because of weather conditions.
So are we
There
gonna
would
try?
have been that one and only load I got this year, by the way, it was only 28 ton I purchased.
All right, no, I know, we've done good the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Saved us.
By holding off on that load, biting my nails, hoping we wouldn't get hit by waiting, it did melt off. So it's been a while since I've had an occurrence,
Okay.
but it can happen, but I don't want to change the pitch, because that's the highest point down there.
Okay.
So,
All right, administrative memo number 9, there's a list of budget amendments here. Anybody have any questions on them?
What do we do? Is this just moving money between line items?
A lot of times, police department, the salvage, we can't know for sure what it is until it comes in. Assessing, that's that fee,
I understand.
and then local streets.
We were able to move some of our local
Local
streets.
streets, what are we moving money for, local streets?
what was that?
Well, they changed the rules so that we can move some of our major street money to local if it's left over at the end of the year or
Professional
something.
service engineering.
Okay,
That's
engineering.
5,000 more.
Oh, that's right, yeah, they had some more engineering at Cole Street, one over and above.
Yeah, on local streets too, have you verified anything on that
I
yet?
talked to Heather, it's fine.
It's fine? Oh, okay,
I'll explain it to you.
okay, all right.
So there's no bottom line impact here?
No.
We're just moving money between line items?
Correct, yeah, correct.
All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget amendment under administrative memo number 9.
Support.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
All right. Next is Water and Sewer Department invoice from Contractors Connection. Looks like an invoice for $450 for a submersible pump.
That's submersible pump, and that pertains to the lift station difficulty we had.
Can I get a motion to pay that?
I'll make that
Can I
motion.
get support?
Support.
Mosayan,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Okay, next is Water and Sewer Department invoice from USA Blue Book.
And that is for floats. I did purchase one extra float. to
Oh, yeah,
keep on hand.
I was wondering what those were.
Yeah.
Pull them out of there.
I need 4 of those, because I have to update the floats within the park lift station and how they are, and how they're attached. I'm going with a new system, what I've done to the other lift stations, I'm just going to attach them to chains. So possibly we may never have to go down into that wet climate again. We'll just service them from above by just pulling them up with the chain.
This is just all part of your repair
Yeah,
budget?
yeah, that's coming out of the other repair maintenance.
I'll make a motion, we pay this invoice for $413.31 for 5 floats.
Support.
Schneider,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W.
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Mosayan.
Yes.
I'd like to comment just on those floats. Years ago, when I converted those from what they call a bumper system to the float system, I used to buy flight floats that, in the day it was $75 a float. And currently they're like $300 a float. And I found another one which, through this USA Blue Book, they're $76 each currently. And I have used them in the boardroom for the last couple of years, and they're working not only just as well as the flights did. So we're substantial savings on these floats.
Is that vacant one that said no trespassing?
I don't know.
I think it
Anyways,
is. Okay, moving on to Macomb County Treasurer, purchase of property through tax reversion process. In looking at these, I believe that one of the parcels, this Pratt parcel, is it the one that said no trespassing on it and didn't get mowed for a little while right there on Pratt Road?
That could be, yeah,
Would
yeah.
that give more access to our park?
But, yeah, the house that's just got redone down there,
Right.
the advanced trees and flowers.
Yeah. It's right behind that first house, right, on Main
Yes,
Street?
yeah. The owner of that first house actually owned that, it was a
Right.
separate lot, yeah.
And that's, I mean, we could buy that for, looks like $575.
Right now, we currently only have, because we kept giving it away, I'm trying to think, do we even own 50 feet of that McGuire Street?
Now, where is this now?
It's
You know
right-
where McGuire
this-
Street
this
was?
First house right here,
Yeah.
it's this parcel right here that's vacant, that leads back to the park back
Right
Isn't there
behind
another
it.
street there
There's a corner house where,
called Oak Street, goes
Yeah,
down?
and
around,
actually, there's
then
somebody
comes
parking
out?
in that.
yes, it's
Right
called
now.
McGuire Street.
Between, two houses.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a non-street.
Yeah, well, there's a, it says dead end. and has-
It was a rental house for
It's-
years.
it's
become
The
somebody-
last people that rented, they're buying the house, I think, or bought the
Right.
house.
And we
Right.
gave
And they've been
them-
using, they've been using McGuire Street actually for a driveway.
Okay, yeah.
But
Yeah, we
in
had
the
a citizen
future,
come in
if that
and complain
park
about
ever
that,
needs like parking or access to it, for $575, that piece of land might not be bad.
Is it
to
just
city
land?
now.
It's just.
It's
It's
just
just
land,
vacant, it's a
yeah.
vacant piece of land.
Yeah.
And does it, that's one thing I couldn't see.
What do you
Does
think?
it abut to that backstop, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it does, and it allows access, public access right to
What's
that
that?
Is that
area.
Main Street?
No, it's on Pratt.
Well, this is Main Street here.
That's the house address,
Yeah, but
it's the
I think it's-
empty
it's
lot
on the
on
side.
Right
Pratt.
behind it?
Yeah.
The one that read, oh, okay, I know what
If
you're
actually,
talking
if you want me to pull it up, I can
about.
probably print out a plat.
I know what you're talking about. It's
Where they got
between,
the flag.
And,
between the house you were talking about, the rental house. and-
I mean,
and the house on Main Street.
right, I'm sure there's no need for Benton, anything on Benton.
Well, we
but,
wouldn't want the house.
No, but that vacant piece of land that abuts
I
our
see.
existing park
And probably.
and allows access to the Pratt Road.
It's right here.
Oh, okay, that's McGuire.
Yeah, that's McGuire right there, and then there's a
Okay,
house,
that's
there's a
decent.
vacant lot.
It wouldn't even be big enough to build a house on anyways, would it?
Oh, yeah, you can build a small house on it.
I think it's 60 foot, it is a legal lot.
But it comes right into the back of that new field
Yeah,
that
I
they put
thought our
there.
lots had to be 75 feet.
Well,
Yeah.
if, new ones, new splits, but if a property is platted, by law, it
Yeah,
has
so
to
we
be.
have an hour,
built on.
1 or 2 or something,
Okay.
but,
It's right here.
When,
yeah, it runs it right
how long
into
we
it.
got to respond to this then?
Let's see,
July.
yeah,
July
July.
8th.
We have.
So we have a meeting before.
At
July.
today's market, that vacant land, if it's buildable, that probably would sell real easy for $20,000.
Well, I have seen, properties are being grabbed up a lot quicker nowadays. But, I don't know, that one's one we should probably think about, maybe everybody here, before the next meeting, drive down Pratt Road. It's behind the first house
Main Street.
off of Main Street on the south side of the road toward the park. It wasn't mowed, it says no trespassing, there's
It
no
might have tall
trespassing.
grass now,
It
yeah.
had, they
was
cut it,
cut
they just cut it
once.
recently.
Yeah.
But it got tall grass for a little while, and it has a sign right in the middle of the lot, says, or no trespassing or something like that.
So where's the frontage for this house? It's on
It's on
Pratt?
On Pratt Road and on the park, on the
Okay.
park.
Well,
For $575 is probably.
if you want to table this for the next announcement.
Yeah, I think everybody should go look at it.
I
Consider that one.
Nice chunk of land, and you got, that is a good.
Should we send it to a
idea, right where it's
committee?
at. But for $500, I mean, like I say, if somebody snagged that out,
Right.
Well, you want
To get
Well, you want
Yeah, you
advisory
can.
to look at it and give us a
if somebody bought
recommendation?
that for $500 and it was in the market.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Dan?
Yeah.
You want advisory to look at it and give us a recommendation?
Sure. I mean, all you have to do is drive down there, and I'd suggest everybody drive by,
Yeah.
past it, to take a look at it.
Okay, then I'd say let advisory look at it, I'll make that motion.
Support.
They don't have much time then, okay?
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Sukasar,
Yes.
Sukas W,
Yeah.
Davis,
Yeah.
Messiah, Schneider.
Yeah, right, right. Everybody take a look at it, it's on the committee, and let me know what they think of it.
All right.
I think I was back there 2 weeks ago.
Other new business from the mayor. One thing, we received a piece of mail from DTE. about the fact that they are installing advanced utility meters in a number of communities. People have the ability to opt out of this for a fee of $70 and a monthly fee of about $10. I don't know why anybody would want to opt out of it. I
What's
guess
the $10 fee? You pay that
it's
when they
a
upgrade?
monthly charge if you say you don't want it upgraded. I believe what they're gonna do is have the ability to read these without having people come by to read them.
That's
Right.
the idea.
So, I mean, I don't know why anybody would opt out, but everybody has that opportunity if they choose.
And that's Edison.
That's, that's Detroit Edison, yeah. The other thing is, I talked with the fire department and Larry about the possibility of, in the future, becoming a fire district and the city giving up control of the fire department to a committee and have basically one vote on that committee. We had looked at the numbers before and realized that the city would win on this and the townships would all lose. But, with the townships constantly saying that they want more control or more say-so, we thought maybe we should just present it to them and let them see what a burden the city carries above and beyond. With maintaining that control, we also our taxpayers carry the heavy load of the fire department.
The last time I checked, Memphis didn't need a pumper. I mean a tank truck.
Oh, if we weren't responding out of the city, we wouldn't need a tank truck.
Probably think so. With
I
all
don't
the
know,
members.
there's some
We have a
areas that
bumper.
don't have,
Yeah, I mean, if we were
Right.
just the city of Memphis, there might be less necessity to have.
I didn't mean to put the fire chief on the spot. I was-
No, it is a good thing that we cover 90 square miles. But, I was in a meeting with the fire chief and with one of the townships and basically let them know that, we are doing what is in your best interest. We are taking care of you. So I asked Larry, because I knew he had crunched the numbers before, to consider if we had gone to a fire district and go on taxable value instead of the current percentages we currently go on. And as you see, right now, the city pays about 24%,
24, 25%.
25%. And if we went to taxable value, that would drop to 5.1%. Is that what that number looks like?
Yeah. But just to clarify that, this is done very quickly,
Right.
the total taxable value. And
Right.
and realistically, what you do, you take the taxable value of the service area that we serve, which I don't have those figures. I just done this just very quickly, just to come out, and if you look at, if you did it like I showed you there, our total cost this year is $47,000. If you did it this way, it'd be $14,000. But that figure is, of course, again, is not exactly right, but it just gives you a very quick idea what happens if you use taxable value versus how we use it now. So it's just a quick.
The reason for this
analysis.
is to basically let the townships know, if you guys are interested, that we would be willing to entertain a fire district, but they need to look at the initial numbers that we've done and see that, like some of them, their money would raise significantly from what they're currently
Yeah.
paying. On top of that, the city building would have to be rented from the city. The equipment would have to be transferred to the fire district it's somehow because it is city-owned. And
It would be very complex. There'd be a lot more to do than just what we're doing.
Right.
It's a very complex issue. Other areas have done it. I think one did it and backed off. I can't remember, was it Marysville? I don't know, it was one of them.
There've been several.
Yeah, but they backed off. But some have done it, been successful, but this would be a very complex issue if we ever went that way. So-
But on a basic look at it, just like when we were looking at a police to cover the top 6 townships of Macomb County, if they look at the numbers, they'll see that, they are being treated better by having us in charge of the fire department than doing a district probably.
Well, it's very easy to say that you don't like how somebody's doing something.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the problem is we're just a bill. We're just like any other bill. The township gets a bill, and yes, they know they get a service, but they're a bill. We're a bill. Nobody likes getting a bill. So, I mean, if anything you're gonna complain about, it's your bills. And nobody complains about the money that's coming in if it's good. So, yeah, all right, but that's all I have. Larry, do you have anything else?
I know that was, that's basically it for me.
Robbie?
No.
Frank?
Yeah, I have nothing tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I called some of the I called all the members of the police committee and let them know that the police chief, I'm pretty sure today she started salvage school. The training's free. She's using comp time for her time. And so we will have 2 salvage officers working out of Memphis, which should give us,
amazing.
I don't know how much it will be. I don't think it's going to double the salvage money, but the problem has been, and especially during the summer, what Jessica was telling me is that we've got to the point now where there's just too much work for the salvage officer that we have.
Right.
So it seemed like an opportunity. They had an opening. She actually had tried to get in it before.
You have to be approved by the state to.
Right. You can't just sign up for it and you have to be in the right place at the right time. And
I know that Elena had gotten people turned down 3 or 4 times when I was, in charge of the police committee. So she was constantly trying to get more people onto this program. And the fact that we're gonna have 2 people on this program and our police chief is going to be able to supplement her income that she makes for the police department without us taking taxpayer money and giving her a raise is a fantastic thing.
And just so everybody's clear, that this would be work that she does when she's not working for the city of Memphis, the salvage inspecting part of it. This would be on her own time. She wouldn't be going out and doing salvage inspections during the day when she's scheduled to work. This would be like, her second job, I guess you could say, or whatever.
Right.
But it's good for the city, it's good for her, and I think it was a great opportunity, so that's where she is. I'm pretty sure that's where she is today. The other thing is, during the budget meetings, we discussed $5 charge for burn permits. Does anyone want to discuss it before I make a motion?
No.
Is there you got any response to that?
I do have a question. If we're charging $5 for a burn permit, where's the money go?
Office.
Just the
The other
office,
ones
or
that
does
work.
half of it go to the fire department?
Well, the office is doing the work.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, fire burn permit? What are you talking about when you say burn?
When you issue.
I wanna burn, have a barbecue.
You don't need a
and
burn permit.
No,
Yeah.
not
No,
city limits.
anytime you have a fire for food purposes, a burn permit is not required.
This is for the township,
Yeah.
Oh,
Bill.
for the township, okay,
Oh, yeah.
fine.
The town, Donna, what's a burn permit?
When the townships want to burn, and they come in and get a 30-day burn.
If they want to burn a big
Okay.
stack of old wood or
Thank you.
leaves or whatever it is, right?
Fine, I didn't know that.
So what happens is if they come here and
My
get a burn
apologies.
permit, that way if one of their neighbors calls and says, hey, there's a bunch of smoke coming off of McGillicuddy's back 40, they don't call the fire department, and the fire department knows that there's a burn permit out there. I'm assuming
And
that's
that's
what it's
the whole
about.
idea. The whole idea is to go
Have you
ahead.
go ahead.
I do. So currently, on our website, you have the ability within the city limits or even the township city limits during open burning in townships anytime to apply for and receive a burn permit automatically unless open burning has been banned by the state fire marshal or myself. If you were to enact that ordinance, we'd have to either take that down and we get
Rather than pay by
about
credit card.
get about 10 or 15 a day on average, because I get copied on every one of them in my email. That's how we keep track of them on the online. So a lot of people still come here and have the ladies fill them out as well. So, we can figure that out. I would just need to know, if you pass that. And then the second is, I'm not aware of any restriction on your ability to do that, but I'm also not aware there isn't a restriction.
I don't think there is a restriction. There's other townships
Yeah.
that charge that.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't aware if there was.
Charge
And the
for burn
city,
permits.
again, the city of Memphis, again, I've read this in the paper a couple different times. The residents of Memphis do not need a burning permit during open burning season in the spring or fall.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I read it in the paper, I just
Should
want to
that-
clear that up.
Is that gotta be done by resolution?
Here's the thing, if somebody goes online and files for a burn permit, it doesn't cost us time or paper or energy, right?
Right.
So I don't have a problem with that. The thing is that we
Yeah.
just got, whether it's coming in for copies or burn permits.
Sure.
you know, all these things that we offer, but, you know, we're basically just been giving it away for all this time.
Yeah, well, and there is an inherent cost to the website. It's not a lot, but there is a cost associated with that. It's not a ton of money, but
It is money,
it's money.
Yeah.
coming out of your budget.
Well,
But if a local resident here just wants to have a bonfire in their backyard,
Or campfire, really.
or a campfire, or whatever you wanna call it, and they're,
grab some hot dogs.
and they're sitting by the fire, do you need a permit?
No.
No.
According to our ordinance, if it's a food.
So if I live in town and I wanna have a little fire in my backyard,
Have
do I need a
hot dogs.
permit?
That's
Just
just
have
how-
some hot dogs.
I was gonna say, we've never had.
Yeah, have some marshmallows
Marshmallows
out
by
there
your
with
side.
you.
We've had some people that,
Not that anybody's gonna have a problem with it, but, you know, our law states if it's for food preparation, so if you have marshmallows out there, you don't need any of it.
we
You
just
don't
have
run-
had people
I wanna
that
run a
turn
nice
their
smoker.
burn, or
Yeah.
their campfire into a, virtually a bonfire, and they were saying they're holding marshmallows. Well, we know what they were really doing, but.
If you stick to the letter of the law on the burn permit, an outside fire, not used for cooking purposes, can't happen after dusk or before dawn. So, to the letter of any burn permit we ever issue, if you're having a bonfire at midnight, it's technically not covered by the burn permit. We like to have them so we know where burn permits are. I will tell you that most of the calls we get on the illegal burns are neighbors that don't get along.
There you
Smoke.
go.
Well, maybe I'll just let this issue slide until, we'll put it on the agenda for the next meeting and see if we can get some more information. But it is something that we did talk about, and I don't think it would be, I don't think it's outlandish, that's for sure. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
And I will look at this bar,
Donna,
Eric and.
all
right.
Bill?
There was two to the advisory committees, I missed one of them. What was the other one besides the one on Pratt Road?
Pratt Road
Oh, that-
and
No, the,
advisory.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, fireworks.
Fireworks. What do you wanna know about that?
Help us.
time restriction,
Yeah.
what time we should have people wrap it up?
I've got this, I'll make you a copy.
There was, get a hold of Irishman, get something from them. You guys all heard that on the committee now?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.